Oh, hey, good morning. My name's Tom, and this is Mod and Pop Thrift. Well, first let me say, holy cow, thank you. Holy cow, you guys came out in force when I said it makes a lot of difference if you comment. That video got more comments than views. So that makes a great deal of difference to me as a creator. I want to put out content that you guys like and that you're engaging with. And so thank you so much. We'll see how much it helps. I mean, I can't imagine that it doesn't. Yesterday I had a bunch. Today I have 11 and I just sold something else. So let's get into it. So this used to be kind of a big brand. If I show you the bottom, it's like mirrored. So see if I can show you that. Bottom, I think is the way you say that. Anyway, this is like a kind of a French press cold brew coffee pot. It is a French press coffee pot, coffee brewer, and then it has two mugs with it. I paid like $2.99 for this in a box as a set at Goodwill, and it took probably 6 or 8 months to sell, and it's $18 plus shipping. So I mean, that's a pretty good pickup. We're not setting the world on fire, but so if I see that stuff and it's cheap, I pick it up, and I would consider $3 for 3 pieces cheap. That's $1 a piece, and you can make some money on that. Food saver bags. I picked these up for $5 a box. They sold for $31, free shipping, and I have one more set of those. And these are one thing that I had cross-listed under Mercari, and I have made one sale on Mercari on those. Speaking of Mercari, I had these listed on Mercari and eBay. I had them listed on eBay, and Bleach had a genuine, I don't know how it happened, but I sold these for like 60 bucks on eBay, and somehow, I'll tell you what I did. I took the cassette tape apart, pulled the screws out, and one of these reels had to be flipped over because there was a twist inside the tape. I have no idea. Maybe it was a factory defect. This doesn't have much wear. It might not have gotten much use, but I sold these on eBay. They got returned, and then I posted on eBay and Mercari on the same day, and they sold on Mercari first. $55, and on Mercari they take care of the shipping, so while it's $55 plus shipping, I don't see anything from the shipping in any direction. And they but those sold on Mercari before they sold on eBay this time, so I did take them down. And then the food saver bag things I also have on Mercari. I'm trying to grow Mercari, but it's slow going. It doesn't feel like it has tips and tricks the way that eBay does. I'm trying to find those, and when I do, I'll pass them on. But as of yet, I'm just listing stuff, and it's not selling. This one is a tactic that I use that rarely ever works, but I try it when I see something really interesting. This was hanging on the wall with the other jackets at a garage sale, and I was like, is that for sale? And it was very clearly just hanging with jackets that somebody was wearing. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I meant to add that to the pile, but I didn't do it. Paid $5, and it sold for $25. Vintage satin bombers do relatively well. They're not as expensive as the puffers, and the older the better, and the subject matter makes a lot of difference, but those can do pretty well. $5 into $25 in probably 6 weeks. It's pretty good. Oh no, I wasn't recording that. This had, so it has the sticker, it had a Goodwill sticker on it that said $74.99, and it would have been there for 3 weeks because they're dated. And then the day they put a $25 sticker on it was the day that I showed up and got that for 25 bucks. So I bought 2 of these, you guys were with me, and it sold for $70 free shipping in a day. And I still have another one to do. Eagles 2013 tour t-shirt. Eagles new stuff doesn't do very well. This sold for $11.99 plus shipping. Not a home run, but not bad. I don't know what I paid for it. Not more than $5, so I probably came close to doubling my $5. But if I think it came from the auction where I got them for like $2, and then I did okay. $12 plus shipping on a shirt is kind of where I aim to be. 2005 vote for Pedro. Napoleon Dynamite. Gosh.
If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
That's not worth much. It sold for $5 plus shipping, but it's the kind of thing I like to have in my store. Who's sneaking in behind me?
I am putting the lawnmower battery back.
Cool. These little 30s, 40s industrial staplers by a company called Pilot, I think. Ace. Ace is the name. So like these harken to World War II. Ace is the name of the stapler, and then this one is a Scout, and the next one is a Pilot. It's a little bit bigger. They do pretty well, because normally you can pick them up at a thrift store for $1 or $2, a yard sale. They're made in the 30s industrial. They are gonna work. I mean, I have had one not work, but they're most likely gonna work. That sold for $10 plus shipping, and it took forever to sell. That smaller one did, but if I find the Pilot, and there's one bigger than the Pilot too, but I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, the larger ones do better. This sold for $15.99. Hendrix Motorsports, Jeff Gordon, new with tag. I don't know if it's dated, but it's got this screen print tag, so it's not vintage. How weird's it going to be when, like 2006, so like 3 or 4 years, when screen printed tags are also vintage to some people. Anyhow, that sold for $16 plus shipping. And then this is a Baja, what do they call them? Baja poncho or something. We used to call them paraphernalia rugs. That word rhymes. Anyway, that was just a generic one, but I don't know where I got it. It's been around a long time, and I had it listed for like $22 for like 9 months, and then somebody came in with a $15 offer. I think to myself, it took me 9 months to get a $15 offer. Do I want to wait another 9 months to get a better offer? Or do I want to take $15 even though I think this thing might be worth more than that? And the reality is, I'm going to take the offer almost every time. Sometimes I'll counter if it's a really low offer, but on something that's been listed more than 2 weeks, I'm probably taking the offer because I want to sell things. Turns out I'm in the business of selling things, not in the business of packing boxes of things that don't sell. That is it for sales today. 11 going out on a random Thursday isn't bad. $342 worth of stuff leaving. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for commenting like crazy. I'm going to try and extend this video, do something else, and show it to you because it's short. So let's go find something else to do. All right, well, I have to go to UPS and the post office because I didn't get my packages done in time for when the mailman's picking things up. I don't have anybody with me today because Levi had a friend over and he's hanging out with him. And the other kids don't necessarily like to go to Goodwill with me except for Evelyn, except for when Mom's home because she likes Mom better, which is fine. I'm good with that. I like Mom better too. So anyway, I'm gonna hit UPS and the Goodwill and USPS, and I'll drag you guys along whether you like it or not. So the hat situation seems to be better from the last time I was in here. I don't know if there are better hats, but there are a lot more. Strappy Cubs, no. These were sitting here when I walked in, so no doubt they've been sitting here a little while. This one's almost even half empty. A little bit of Cassie like that isn't always worthless. I think that my pregnant wife just told me she wants a yoga ball. There's some more floor mats. These are $10 and they look like they're just generic nothing. Like they're not a set of anything. I think that for $5 this is worth taking the risk on. There's no testing it because, well, it's 12 volt. Forgot I picked this up. SA2. See, there are 18 listed, but 13 sold, so it's almost 100% sell-through rate at like 20 bucks. So, I mean, it's not a great deal, but for $4, I think it's probably worth picking up. And this was sitting beside of it, and I don't know what that is. It looks like a put your phone in it and play video games controller. Definitely mimicking an Xbox controller for $2. Let's see. Is that a macaroni penguin or a king penguin? I don't know. I don't see anything particularly interesting over here. Let's look at this guy. Melissa and Doug. I have a handful of large Melissa and Doug plushes that have never done particularly well for me. Ooh, is that an old school real one? Nerf Turbo. Yo. 1989 Nerf Turbo for $1.50. I don't know if that's worth anything, but I suspect that it is. And then I found this $264 for Elastigirl. Oh, looks like she probably should have a ripcord for her bike. Let's do some more digging. And then there's this. Like, these are Elsa, Anna, and Belle, maybe. $23. And if I was just shopping to find Evelyn some cool toys, I guess that wouldn't be a terrible price, but I don't think it would be a good enough price for me to not just buy them new in package at Walmart. That's going to be a big nope for those. I think I have done well on the closer. Good thing it's 1, 3, 4, and 5 and not 2 or 6 isn't in there. We'll find out. So if I could find season 2 or 6, this would be well worth picking up for $7. But they just aren't here, and they're not worth wasting a whole bunch of time on. Systematically went through every men's shirt in the store, and there were 2 worth looking up, but nothing that's a sure thing. Not at $5, or the $5 is too much to pay for a t-shirt unless it's really, really good. And as soon as I come back here to start looking, I see some bats. These don't look impressive. Rowlings, Louisville Quest, maybe. $264, it's probably worth looking at, but I think it's a softball bat with that long barrel like that. One piece construction, barrel diameter -12. Official softball. Power Flex. These are all look pretty small and old. That one looks like it's worth looking into anyway. And this is what you look at. FPQ UD12 -20. And this it's 100% sell-through rate, but it's like $20 free shipping is what it sells for. So it really probably isn't worth it. This shirt is from a skit on Saturday Night Live from the 90s and later, and then but it's pretty obscure. Nothing on the back, but at $5, the only one listed is listed for 40. None sold, one listed. So they brought out a new cart for people to fight over. These radios appear to be Bearcat by GE, I think. GE, and there's Bearcat. I don't know. Let's see if they have a model number on them. I'm gonna do some digging. I'll tell you later what I think of those. There's Paddington Bear, who is Craftsman, and has his little hammer, and it is actually a Paddington Bear. It's definitely vintage Craftsman, so that's pretty cool. I picked this up, but then I remembered I already have it. I wouldn't. This is not worth selling. Almost ever. This is one of those things that normally does really well. So I just picked it up. I don't know. I'm not even sure what it is. Cleaning cartridge for a Norelco. Looks like the stand for a razor. Oh, I see. That's what it does. Decided no on those things because they are missing the remote, and so that makes them not worth reselling. And I would have thought Paddington was worth picking up at $1.99, but for 118 listed, only one sold for $14.99. So it could have been $100. I don't think I would have picked it up. Bringing out another new cart. Nothing on that cart but a brand new pair of Crocs, and they were $30. So I have traditionally done fairly well with pepper grinders. This one's Old Mill, which is a good name brand, made in the US, and it's made to look like a wine bottle. And these sell for something like $30, but it's missing the like decorative top. So I think even at $3.84, I need to skip that one. So these are kind of just what I figured they'd be. They're $5 and they're about $40 new to buy. I should not buy these. $1.50 a piece, so I'm $3 into them. They are 30 listed and 4 sold, so the sell-through rate's really low. But they're so cool and so cheap, I'm buying them anyway. Exercise ball we're getting for sure. Shirts I'm going to get. This Supernatural, I don't know if I showed it to you. It's 2007 from the TV show Supernatural. I can't find a comp for it anywhere. But, and even the other Supernatural shirts don't seem to sell well. But I have confidence in this. Undue confidence. I knew there was something going on with Elastigirl. She's supposed to have a big arm like the old Evel Knievel toy that you set her on this platform and crank the arm up to get her going. This sells for $15 brand new. So untested for $2. I'm not gonna mess with it. And unfortunately these radios also perform really poorly. Seem to have about a 50% sell-through rate and can sell as high as 35, but regularly sell as low as 10. So I'm not taking a chance on them. So this magic bullet, they put it in here in such a way as to be able to see the model number. It's $3.50. It looks like it should sell for 20 or 25. Well, who would have thought that a dumb little Nerf ball for $1.50 would have been the prize of the day? But it looks like it was. Old Nerf stuff can do really well. Newer Nerf stuff, I don't mess with much. But like when I saw that, I was like, that is from my childhood. And sure enough, 1989, I was 7. So that's a good piece. A handful of other good things, nothing spectacular, but we did all right. For what it's worth, I was in there for 90 minutes. So it's not like I just pulled everything. I had 4 new carts come out on me. I searched through everything. All right, well, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one.